As you see, there's Dan Wheldon being introduced to the crowd. He's got a tough task ahead of him. He's going to start dead last in this field, but if he wins the race, he has a chance at winning $5 million. And of course, it all started back at Indy in May.
The Indianapolis 500, the most iconic race in the history of sports. And today marks the centennial, 100 years of heroes, tradition, and glory. Make no mistake, there is nothing ordinary about this race. This is the gold standard, a symbol for greatness that plays out on a stage like no other.
They look absolutely spectacular for the 100th year.
And it is now tackling out ahead in front of turn 2.
This is the feel-good story of the month.
Trouble. The yellow is out. Heartbreak for tags. For that man right there, Sam Schmidt.
Leader on the track now is Danica Patrick. She is taking the lead.
Hang in there, Danica. Hang in there.
The fuel strategy could come into play if we have another yellow.
It's getting to that point where it's very hard to figure out.
Danica Patrick is about 4 to 5 laps shy on fuel.
J.R. Hildebrand is the leader.
Trying to do the unthinkable, winning his first Indianapolis 500.
All around the world, our servicemen and women on this Memorial Day are pulling for J.R. Hildebrand in that National Guard entry.
The white flag is in hand.
He hits the wall. He hits the wall coming out of 4. Will he have enough to cross the yard of bricks?
Dan Wheldon is going to win the race. While he is celebrating, J.R. Hildebrand is aching.
What a tremendous finish.
Well, for Dan Wheldon, that was a $2.5 million payday at Indy. Today, he's racing for twice as much, $5 million, to be split between Dan and a fan by the name of Ann Babenko, who won the contest for GoDaddy. But here's the question. You have to come from the back of the pack. Is it twice as much pressure, and do you have the car to do it?
You know, honestly, I always put a lot of pressure on myself anyway, and there's a lot of history and tradition to win the Indianapolis 500. This is slightly different. It's a unique opportunity that Randy Bernard, the IndyCar Series, GoDaddy, and Verizon have given me. And, you know, we've had a tough weekend so far, but, you know, I think the Bowers and Wilkins at Magnolia, William Rast, Curb and Big Machine Records car will, you know, definitely come to the front. We've, like I say, they've worked tirelessly yesterday to literally change everything. So there's not the problem of having slow car syndrome. And, you know, I've been excited by this event just with the build-up, but I can't wait for the race. And in answer to your question, I think there's pressure all the time, especially when you want to win as bad as I do.
Now, think about this. It's Vegas. He's got a roulette wheel painted on his helmet. He's ready to roll the dice. Marty?